ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Distant Worlds universe. Last time, Strikeforce Alpha began its assault on the planet Uguth Tier 1, and as we can see here, it's being pretty successful in that. I do recall us losing a few ships. That was rather unfortunate, but overall, I think we came out ahead. And hey, I'm looking at things from the bright side. You know, if we lose a ship, that's a little bit less upkeep for us, which means our cash flow is going to be getting a little bit more positive. Not that it looks like we have any trouble making any money, because we're currently sitting at what? 7.6 million credits. So I think we should probably invest some of that extra money into some research. So now that the spaceport has been annihilated, Strikeforce Alpha, you know what, guys? You have a clear run for the planet. Why don't you go ahead and invade that sucker? There we go. Now that they are moving in to invade, I'm curious. Let's go ahead and take a look at maybe what technology we can sort of give a bit of a boost. Now, we've got genetic replication currently on the go under our high-tech and industrial tab. So let's see, that allows us to build a troop cloning facility, which produces clone troops out of colony. The strongest current troop in your empire is cloned. That is actually pretty great. I wonder if we could use this to get some really good units on some alien planets. Let me see. How much is that going to cost? About 1 million. Ooh, let's do it. 1.1 million. Now, high power receptors. This is going to be done in like 2 seconds anyways. It's only going to cost us 51 grand to crash research. Let's do so. And what about weapons? Impregnable structures. What will this do for us? This will allow us to get the wonder, the Mercator Planetary Fortress. An impregnable stronghold with heavy defensive weaponry. Defense against invasion is increased for the colony with this wonder. Note that each wonder may only be built once in the galaxy. It must be the first empire to complete the wonder. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any notification that this has been built by anybody else. And that will lead to us being able to get indestructible compounds, which is the best armor in the game. So, why don't we, let's see, how much is that going to cost? 1.5 million? You know what? Sure. There we go. Just threw a bunch of money at the problem. Well, it wasn't really a problem, but just threw a bunch of money at it, and that'll get us a little bit ahead. So, we still got, what, 4.4 million? Yeah, we are definitely not hurting for cash, and we're about to get ourselves another planet with, you know, it's a decent quality planet, so we'll be able to make a decent amount of money from that. The planetary defenses are pitiful with 1 unit, so this guy's he's just getting wrecked. Sorry, guy, you're toast. Waconium supplies exhausted on what planet? Earth, on the Aurelian system. Aurelian, that's the same system as Reach, if I recall correctly. So, okay, so that's fine. Let me take a look at how many sources of that resource we have. I've already forgotten the name, but I remember what the icon looks like, so I'll be able to take a look at that. Let's see here. Was it this one? I think it was. We've got 2 sources of that. Bifurian silk. We actually have 0 sources of this. Huh. Well, that is something we need to rectify. It looks like it's pretty rare. Oh, and Karabian spice. And Yara's marble. Wow, we've got actually a few different resources that we have no sources of. Okay. So maybe we need to find somebody who has some of these, we'll say, resources, and try to use those to, we'll say, increase our something? Yeah, increase our something. Very, very eloquently put there, Jason. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to try to identify which resource is the most important one that we need to get. Because if we take a look here, unfulfilled, none. There's really actually not even really much of a demand for it. So it makes me wonder, you know, do we really need to focus on getting sources of these resources? Like they're basic luxury resources, which I don't think our human populace really even needs. Let me see. What is this? Available supply in the galaxy. And that's how much is in transit, and that's how much is unfulfilled. Yeah, it actually looks like, yeah, we don't really need these resources, now that I'm thinking about it. unfulfilled. So yeah, we don't really need any of that. So never mind. Although, if we could get our hands on Karabian spice, that would be pretty great, because then we could go ahead and trade that and make lots of money. Right now, the price of Zendabia fluid is pretty high though. We'll make quite and Lotus fruit. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish off this invasion. Then we'll probably go ahead and try to end the war with the oh, come on, who are these people? The Asilis Major Enclave. There we go. And then after we've gone ahead and ended our war with them, we'll be able to go ahead and maybe start thinking about, we'll say, economic advances and stuff like that. If somebody else doesn't decide to go ahead and declare war on us. So we have no more energy and construction technologies queued up. So I'm wondering here, I'm like, what do we go ahead and research next? I do like this one here, remote shield recharging. And what this does is restores the shield levels of nearby friendly ships when their shields drop below 50%. So this looks really cool, because to me, that's something that makes fleets even stronger, which means, other ships can be sort of helping out the other ships. So basically, not only are you just shielding your single ships, but the other ships in the fleet are technically shielding you as well. This, I think, is one of the biggest improvements to shields that will make my fleets completely indestructible. On that note, also, what does shield multipliers do? That basically just makes them a bit stronger. Increases the recharge rate and the strength. All right, so not bad, but I want the remote shield recharging, because to me that sounds like something that's going to make our fleets just beastly. Now, I do notice here's jump efficiency. We're a little bit behind with our hyperdrive, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll say work on jump efficiency so that we can get advanced hyperdrives, and that will increase our overall speed, and we'll be able to continue down that line as well. Our size is actually pretty good for the time being. We could go ahead and work all of our way up to the next size, but I feel like some technologies are getting left behind a little bit. Let me see. Maximize thrust output. Must first research the pure energy conversion. Oh, this one here. So yeah, our engines are a little bit behind as well. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and maybe grab these 2 techs, and then whatever, or these 3 after we get to the remote shield recharging, which is gonna take a little while on its own. Actually, how about, I'm curious. Crash research, 3.8 million. Yes. Wow, that's a huge chunk of money. We went from like 7.6 million down to under $1 million sitting in our, we'll say, coffers or bank account or whatever you want to call it. But that's okay. That is okay. We're making good investments that will help, we'll say, the future of our entire empire. All right, we have invaded and taken over the planet. What is it? Uguth Tier. And everyone's happy. They're like, yay, we're happy. So, we're going to go ahead and talk to the Asilis Major Enclave and just be like, guys, let's go ahead and end the war. So let's go ahead and just be like, hey, actually, let's see if they can become our subjugated dominion. Yes, they accept. Awesome. And we're going to continue trading with them. So that means we're going to maybe making some money from them, and they are now our subjugated dominion, which means we see everything they see, and they've only really got 1 planet left anyways. So, wow, let's take a look at the galaxy screen. We are definitely getting big. Nice. Alright, so basically, we've gone ahead and ended the war. We've got some technologies queued up, but we do need to set up some defensive fleets. I noticed a couple of planets here that do not have any, we'll say, formal protection, and we should probably correct that, especially considering I feel like the Nexilian Union is going to be a bit of a thorn in our side sometime in the near future. So, let's go to this system here first. What have we got here? What is that? Arahai? Arahai. Alright, cool. So the planet Arahai. Now we do need to get a defensive fleet for them. Adzir, that's probably a better name. That way I can just look for the system. So we're going to go to Sidisi Prime. We're going to look at maybe the planet Drift. And we're going to go ahead and build up a small defensive fleet here. While we're here, we might as well go ahead and retrofit some things, because I noticed some of our bases on old ships are getting a little bit out of date, and we want to sort of rectify that. It's nice having, bases and you know, defensive bases and spaceports everywhere, but if they're not up to date, you know, we do have weakness that we'll need to take care of. But at the same time, if I go ahead and retrofit those, we've also got to take into account the increased costs of that. So let's go ahead and build a capital ship and 2 cruisers. And then we are going to make them a part of the Atzir Defense Force. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick for basically all my planets, all my systems that don't have any defensive fleets, and I'll be right back. Holy crap, I just realized this. I was down dealing with setting up a fleet down here by Rudis Major, and we've got this here, Galactic Newsnet. The Acilis Major Enclave, the leader of the Acilis Major Enclave, Thassan Hatchet, has been killed. And then the Acilis Major Enclave. The Acilis Major Enclave has been defeated by the Independent. So there was, the leader was killed, and then there was a rebellion. And now, this is, the Acilis Major Enclave is no more. They're gone. They have been completely annihilated. And, I'm wondering if it had something to do with, yeah, the population of Gazurians. I wonder if they decided that they were going to go ahead and rebel or something. I don't know. But in light of this means the Acilis Major Enclave has been eliminated, and I think there's a good chance that we are going to see another, we'll say, green faction, another faction maybe break off from one of the other large factions, or maybe another independent faction form its own empire. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I don't think it already happened. Let me take a look. Not from what I can see. So, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and listen to some of our advisors and establish some more colonies? Because, hey, we've got lots of territory now to go ahead and play around with. So let's go ahead and start claiming this territory. Because even though this area is blue, you know, the enemy could still, they might still go ahead and try to make some inroads here. Because technically, if we don't own a star, if we don't have any colonies set up in those systems, the way the game works, you know, they can still technically do that, even though it's going to damage our relationship, or damage their relationship with us. So we're going to go ahead and we'll say colonize a few extra planets to get, you know, get things rolling a little bit. Our bonus income is insane, though. Look at this, 1 million, over 1 million, and we are in the last month, though. So basically, the bonus income, if I'm remembering correctly, it represents how much bonus income you have made for the entire year. So since we are sitting in the final month of the year, in December here, that number is going to be really high, but we still see our money going up, so I suspect that, you know, that's still more than how much money we're losing. Let me go ahead and take a look at the Empire summary screen here. So cash on hand, let me see. Annual income, colony tax revenue, tribute from others. So annually we are making, so annually we're losing money. We're losing 140,000, but then on top of that, resort income is more than that, and foreign trade bonus is more than that. So, okay, so we take this final number here, 140 minus 140 K, and then we go ahead and apply this value on top of that. And as you can see, that definitely means that we're making money. So that's good, I guess. Although I've got to have a word with those independents, because they technically took, you know, control of my subjugated dominion, which I'm not too happy about. But that's all right, I guess. It's all right, whatever. I've got other planets. All right, so we've got another planet that's been colonized. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Let's select the colony and go to it. Okay, I was hoping you'd just zoom in on it for me. So this one's pretty good quality. Kind of small, but it's a pretty good. It's got some decent quality to it. Man, there's so many. I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of wondering if I should just wait and see what happens. Yeah, you know, we're not at war. I'm not in a huge rush to get a spaceport built. I want to see how the automation works on this one. So let's just remember this planet, Chimera Major. We'll just remember this one. We do have another. They do have a desire to go ahead and set up another colony. Up here, that's close to the, was it Wakaris Federation? No, not Wakaris, I'm sorry, Great Meridian Alliance, that's what it was. Got so many factions in this game, and there's actually so few of them that I've actually even interacted with. It's just nuts. More colonies. Where does this one? Sure, let's it's pretty terrible, but I guess it's not really terrible. It's just not the best. So we'll go ahead. We're looking to expand. What I would like is just to have, you know, the tax money make us cash flow positive. And that way there we could really be rolling in money. And I like rolling in money. Money's a good thing, right? Especially in this sort of game. All right, now I need to be taking a look. Whoa, what have we got here? Renessian. How new is this colony? I don't think it's that new, judging by those numbers. So, you know, let's go ahead and have all. I think we've already gotten all of our fleets except for Alpha off repairing. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Get our strike forces repaired, refueled, and ready for action. Our intelligence network has uncovered a covert arrangement of the Roto Prime Collective. They made a deal with the pirate faction to attack the Tegan Corporation. You know, let's keep this information to ourselves. None of our business. Go ahead, you guys can fight it out, just as long as we don't get pulled into it. Like I said, I want a bit of a, what am I looking for? Jason, come on, brain. I want a bit of a break from the wars. I want to be able to, you know, sort of size up my opponents and just sort of, you know, let's see what, let's see who we need to sort of focus on. Because I really want to get some continental planets. If we go ahead and take a look at the Empire comparison screen, we look at our specific victory conditions. I think the one, other than, you know, just our economy, wow, actually we could do a lot with our economy. The main one is getting more continental colonies, but we could probably just win just by getting our economy and our population up. Territory as well. I don't know. There's so many different ways we could go ahead and approach a victory here. I'm wondering if at this point, if we could I wonder if we could win this game without going to another war. That would be kind of a nice thing to be able to try. You know, we've had our long period of war, but it would be kind of interesting to try to have, we'll say, an economic victory. So what I'm wondering, maybe let's try to make some friends here, because most people are angry with us. You know, even the people that we're trading stuff with, that they're pretty angry with us, but we are making a lot of money with these people. So let's share the wealth a little bit. You know what? Let's help out. Let's help out everyone. Let's actually go ahead and trade our really valuable resources with everyone. Do I really want to be doing that? Yeah, I think I do. I'll trade with everyone, but maybe not the Nexilian Union. That's an idea. Yeah, well, I'll trade with everyone except for who I'm kind of eyeballing right now. And right now I'm eyeballing the Nexilians. There we go. Canadian Empire. You know what? You could use some too. Oh, you guys, this is a new faction. Here, we'll help you out a little bit. Actually, you know what? Not the Rhodians. Did I select the Rhodians? Yeah, screw the Rhodians. You know, I don't like these guys either. They're not very dependable, right? They are very dependable. Okay. But are they at war with an ally? That's another thing I should take into consideration. What if I'm trading something really valuable with someone who's against my ally? Like, for instance, the Tegan Corporation. And the Rhodian Hive, and the Nexilians, and the Canadian Empire. Okay, actually, give me a second. I gotta reconsider this, because I need to take into account, I will say, the factions I'm friendly with, and make choices that would make sense within that. I can't just go ahead and do anything I want. Well, technically I can, but I don't want to. So, yeah, give me a second. Screw it. I just decided to trade with everyone. We're just gonna do whatever we want. So I'm just not trading with the Rhodian Hive or the Nexilian Union. Everyone else, I'm going to be trading my really valuable resources with, and I want to see what that does for my economy. I'm really curious as to how that is going to play out, so we'll see. We will see. That'll be really cool if we can. That would be actually, I think that would be really awesome to be able to end things off with sort of a peaceful resolution to this game. Basically, end it just with just crushing everything economically, territory-wise, everything like that, without having to go full military. I feel like we've got enough territory that we could easily beat the game without having to take more. So, you know, we're gonna go ahead and try that. Now, that said, I do want to see the Desolation Moon, so I am kind of hoping that somebody picks a fight with us. I'm really hoping that somebody picks a fight with us. That would be a beautiful sort of punctuation mark kind of thing, you know, to kind of end things off with just you know, flying over maybe to like the Naxilian homeworld and just blowing the crap out of it. I think that'd be terrible, but it would be freaking cool at the same time. So yeah, I think that will be our plan for the time being. We're gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna try to build things up economically. We're gonna try to, we'll say, repair some of our relations with different factions. They're probably all still gonna hate us, but whatever. As long as we're trading and we're not at war with anyone, I think we're good, because we're in a position of power at this point, because we've got all the really nice resources, except for Karabian spice. That's right, we don't have that. Let me see, Karabian spice. Where is that? Karabian spice. It's a resource we don't have. Who has this valuable resource? I wish there was a way to be able to just sort of click on it and be able to see where it is. Let me see. Resource targets by your Empire resource locations. No, I want to see if I can narrow things down and find where Karabian spice is. I doubt it, because it's probably already owned by another planet. Yes, it won't just show me who has Karabian spice. So I'm going to have to go through the diplomacy screen and be like, who has this resource and are they willing to trade with us? Let me see. Trade hour. Oh, who's this? They have Centabia fluid, which they refuse to trade with us. I might pull my offer off the table, unless you start trading with me soon. Who has Karabian spice? They have Laura's fruit, which they refuse to trade with us. Well, why would you do that? You know what? I'm so tempted to just click it off. Yeah, if they don't trade with us, I'm tempted to just cancel it. I don't see anybody with Karabian spice. Where's Karabian spice? Somebody's gotta have it, right? Let me take a look at the expansion planner. There's a where's the Karabian spice again? Oh, darn it! I keep doing that. I keep clicking on the info screen here. Where are we at? Karabian spice. There you are. Luxury sources, 0 sources. Is that just us? Number of sources in your empire. What about available supply in the galaxy? 14.3 thousand. It doesn't show me how many sources that there are currently, though. Are there just no sources? Did it run out? Because that can happen sometimes, where you just sort of run out of a particular resource. I don't know. And I'm not going to go through every single planet, like click on every system, and then like, all right, here's a desert planet. Does it have Karabian spice? No, it doesn't. All right, move on. Okay. So anyways, you know what? We're going to go ahead and have to end things here. Hopefully we can go ahead and sort of have a peaceful existence with people going forward. Wow, our bonus income is nice and high, and we are still only in the 4th month. I'm wondering if all that export of our valuable resources is, you know, taking off. I'll have to be careful about that, though. I think I may have made a mistake with that. Next time, I'm probably going to retract that deal with some people. But I was curious what that would do with our relationship, because you can see some people have now moved to annoyed. The Thriller Empire, for example, is now pleased, and wow, we've got quite a bit of income coming from them. You know, we may have a potential trade partner that we can get buddy-buddy with. That would be nice. We'll keep an eye on things, and we'll see how things pan out next time. So, let's go ahead and save the game as LP67, because this is after a 67th outing with the game. If you like the video, you like the content, and you would like to see more of it, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section, and until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.